Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of MindBody Miracles. My name is Ellen Rainford. I am a lead mentor in Dr. Kim's Embracing Health program. I know firsthand the power of this work of mind body medicine and of the Embracing Health program. And I am here to share with you other participants who have experienced incredible shifts and expansion through this work. So today I am so honored to have Holly Robbins joining us. This is a little different than what we usually do. Holly is actually in her fourth month of the program, and she has had such incredible shifts that I wanted to share them with you. So, Holly, welcome.
Thank you, Ellen. It's so exciting to be here. It's an honor.
Thank you. It's an honor to witness your journey. I would love for you to start and just tell us what brought you to embracing health. Where were you in your health, in your relationship with money, in relationship with others? So, what brought you here?
Yeah, so there was a variety of things that called to me, things that I was experiencing that EH really called to me about. And one of the main things was anxiety about money. So much fear, so much lack just in my life in general, especially in the finances, but other areas of life as well. I was also experiencing some physical health challenges, low back pain and hip pain, and it was pain that was unexplainable. I hadn't had any like injuries or there was no physical reason for that pain. And I saw doctors and was told, you have to have injections or surgery, and that didn't feel good to me. I was like, there's no. And then what were some of the other things? I'm trying to think. I know there was more. Yes, sorry. Like just some experiences with internal anger and frustration about trying to do things and it just not working no matter what I did. So those were some of the main reasons that EH called to me. I had a history with depression as well. That wasn't like a current symptom when I came into EH, but there was a history of that, and Kim talked about that in the description of the program, and I was like, oh yes, like I ticked a lot of boxes. I was like, oh yeah, I have that and that and that and that. So okay, this really calls to me.
And so, what made you choose it this time? Because I know you've been in the community for a few years, you've done other programs. What made you choose embracing health this time?
So there was a I've ex like yes, like you said, I've experienced other programs with Kim in the past, and I have seen some really incredible results. And this time there was a call with the Instant Elevation program, and it happened to be on my birthday. And it was just an experience where she led us through a practice. And it was like the first time that I really felt my heart call to me. And it was just like, yes. She just asked us some question. I don't even remember what the question was, but I remember very, very clearly my heart was like, yes, this is for you. And there was a lot of reasons why I felt that I shouldn't, but I was just able to receive that, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to honor this, even though I don't know how to make it work. And for me that day, it was like symbolic of like, I'm going to give this as a gift to myself.
Beautiful. That's a nice birthday gift.
Yes, yes, it really was. It's been amazing.
And so, how was lack and fear around and anxiety around money? How was that affecting your life in all areas?
Oh my gosh. I felt like it was affecting my physical health as well, because that just anxiety carried that tension, and there's fatigue, and I had been through cycles of burnout. So it was impacting my physical health. It was impacting my work. I was just like trying and trying and trying to like make more money, but exhausting myself in the process. And then I would be like grumpy and frustrated and irritated. And then I'm at home, and that's impacting my kids and my husband, and even my kids would be like, Mom, why are you so grumpy all the time? Just like, oh, this is really impacting a lot of areas of my life. I need to look at this.
So, did you have any hesitation before joining Embracing Health?
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I was just like, I don't know. It was that experience of like my heart was saying yes, and my head had like a million reasons why I shouldn't. Like the cost was one. It was like, oh, you don't have the money. But it was like if you if you see that you only don't have the money, like you're going to keep not having the money. And so that was one of the things that has shifted for me. But I'm gonna choose me. I was just ready to receive, I think, at that level. I had done enough work in other areas. I think I had failed enough times that it was like, that's not gonna work. So we have to do it differently. Let's make a different choice.
Great. And so you're 4 months into the program, which is really just like the first quarter and a little
Yes.
bit more than that.
Yeah.
And you have already experienced some amazing shifts.
Oh my God.
Will you share some of those?
Absolutely. There's definitely been a decrease in the intensity of the anxiety. And the anxiety, it shows up as like this like internal sense of like urgency and panic and like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? And like, I kind of describe the internal experience. Like looking at me, you probably wouldn't see it. It's not like an external panic attack. Internally, it's just like, I get like chaotic and twirly internally, like with my mind and my body. And so that has definitely decreased. So there's like less urgency, less tension, less panic. There's less like decreased hip pain, back pain. I'm able to like go through yoga practices and bend over and touch my toes, which I couldn't do before. So that's really powerful. Um, there's less like I can show up to the internal frustration differently. It's like I'm not fighting that anger, which doesn't exhaust and deplete my system. I'm learning different ways to show up to the anger and let it move through without it being dangerous, which is huge for me, for a lot of different reasons. But that has been so expansive, so uplifting. Like it feels lighter physically, mentally, emotionally, relationally, financially. There's literally more abundance coming into my life financially. So like an
How's that?
example, yeah, like an example would be I have implemented a charging for no-shows within my business, and I didn't used to do that, and that has been so huge for me. But it's literally I'm more money is coming in with not doing any more effort. And I didn't know that was possible. I thought, well, in order to make more money, you have to do more. And so I get in these cycles of burnout. And so that has definitely shifted, which is very exciting.
And so what did you learn in Embracing Health um, that allowed you to step into that, to charge for no-shows?
Yes. So Dr. Kim talks a lot about receiving, and one of the things that I've learned to do is receive my internal and emotional experience and not fight it. So welcoming in the anxiety or the fear or the panic and learning to like nurture it and comfort it rather than let just like ignore it or push it away or like distract or something. And so I'm like, because I'm able to receive the challenge, like it opens the door to receive other stuff like money, because everything
Hmm.
is all connected. So it's really an act of like self-love, honoring myself, self-compassion. It's a demonstration of recognizing my worth, my value, not because of what I do, but because of who I am.
So
Like I'm
beautiful.
unconditionally worthy just because I am sitting here breathing, even if I didn't lift a finger, even if I didn't do something. That's been a huge shift for me. It's like letting go of the doing and embracing the being. So yeah, it's just the receiving and recognizing my own value and my worth as a person.
So powerful. And how has your relationship changed with either your spouse or more importantly your children? Like now that you are a more grounded, less anxious, less fear-driven
Oh
person.
yeah. Yes. Oh my goodness. Absolutely. Like my relationship with my husband has improved. We don't argue as much. We don't, I mean, every relationship there's challenges, but like we're on the same page. We're like on the same page as far as like our goals, and we're working together. We have more fun together. We enjoy our time together more. It's like, oh yeah, I like you. We have fun. With my kids, I'm able to help support them and help them navigate their challenges and their struggles. It's because I have like space to hold for them. I don't have to fix it for them, which is like less effort on my part. But because I can hold space for my own pain, it can like move through, and then I can be this container for them. And then they're learning how to do the same thing for themselves. So it like has this ripple effect. But we have more fun too. Like my kids and I, we like dance, like just put on music and dance around in the kitchen. Like, so this is kind of another example of the financial abundance is we're able to have fun without spending money. It's like I don't have to have $1 million to take my kids and do fun stuff. Like we have so much fun just hanging out around the house. And that's maybe wouldn't work for everybody, but that's really expansive to me. So there's more abundance in my time and my space and my energy and my relationships. Like it's not just in the money. It's been really, really foundational.
Oh, that's so incredible. And when you shift like your energy system, it's affecting your kids.
Yes.
And so you're actually teaching them how to do it for themselves as well.
Yes. It's that concept that Dr. Kim talks about of like you can either give a man a fish or you can teach him to fish. And I'm like, I'm going to teach you how to fish.
Well done, Mama.
Yay!
And tell me about being in the gain.
Okay, okay. So one of the things that we have learned about in embracing health is the gap versus the gain. And so a lot of times we can get fixated on the gap between where we are and where we want to be. Like this is my goal. I gotta make $1 million, or I gotta lose weight, or whatever it is, right? And you get so focused on like I don't have it. I'm like that's the lack. You're kind of in that not enough. It's never enough. So no matter what you do, just you'll never get there. The never ending hamster wheel. Um, but and we forget about the gain. Like look at how far I've come. Like I started here. Yeah, sure. Maybe I want to go over here and here, so I could either focus on the never ending horizon and chase the horizon and never get there, or I can look at like, oh my gosh, look at where I started and look at how far I've come, which is actually replenishing and restorative, and it teaches the system like we're okay, we're safe, we can receive things more, and that actually gives you the energy to keep going to close the gap even though the gap is like never closed. And so what I remember, one of the experiences I had, well, I was just getting ready in the morning, and it like just came to me. Because I had lived in Europe in college. I had lived in England for a year, and they have the underground subway. And I just remember in the subway, there was the overhead speakers are like, mind the gap, mind the gaps, the gap between like the train and the platform, right? And so I'm just getting ready one morning, and it just pops into my head. I was not consciously thinking about it. It was just like, mind the gap and get on the gain train. And I was
Oh,
like,
I love it.
oh, that's really cool.
I love it.
Yeah, so it wasn't like you have to eliminate the gap. Like the gap's always going to be there, but like you just be aware of it, just be conscious of it, and you can step over it and you can still get to where you want to go. Just because there's a gap doesn't mean you're not succeeding. So that's like my little catchphrase now. I even use it with some of my clients. I'm like, mind the gap and get on the gain train. And it's choice. Choice. Like that's another thing I'm learning is the power of choice. I can choose it even though I feel blah, 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 even though this circumstance is happening. So it's really, really powerful.
Yeah. And when we live in the gap, we're actually always in luck.
Yes. Yes.
Always. But when we
Hmm.
look at the gain,
Yeah.
how far we've come, that, like you said, it's nourishing, it's nurturing, it's the wind, in our sails.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
feeds you so you can continue on your journey. And like, it's kind of cliche, but like the journey is the goal.
it is. It
Yeah.
is for sure. So you are in the February group, which is the first year, the first group that we've introduced these integration pods.
Mm.
And I would love just to get your experience in those because they've been super powerful and would just love to get a participant's view on how they are and how they've been supportive for you?
Oh yes. Oh, I love the pods. Love the pods. It's just this small group that it's scheduled, it's a certain day at a certain time, and there's multiple options, which I really appreciated. I really loved that there was an evening option because I do work during the day. Um, and so I actually don't know how many people are in there, like 10-ish, somewhere in there. Or less, maybe less than that. But it's,
You're in a later, you have more. I think
oh,
there's
do I?
15 in your pod, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's very small. Um, and it's the same people week after week. And you come in and like you and Jen lead us through, like we do a little update, lead us through like an exercise, but there's time to talk about like personal experience. Like this is where I'm at, this is what I'm going through, and then we can talk about like the tools that you guys are teaching us. There's time to kind of discuss like what was the experience of that practice like, what questions do you have, so it's this like discussion, but it's very experiential. And that was like a couple of, I don't know, I think it was last month, had a really, really powerful experience where you had shared something about your own journey that just brought up a lot of emotion for me. And I was like crying and you guys noticed me. This is one of the things I love about the pods. It's small enough that you guys can see all of us and you can give out personal guidance and direction. And so you guys actually were able to see and guide me through this like breath exercise because I was like breathing up here and there was just a lot of tension. I didn't even
Totally
really.
out of body.
Yeah. And I didn't even really notice it until you guys were like, breathe. And I'm like, I am breathing. But you guys actually were able to, there was an opportunity. You pulled me forward to give me support in that moment as I was going through the emotions that I was and led me through this like breathing exercise, but it's not your traditional like breathe in, hold your breath, breathe out. It was like a full body breathing experience. And I was actually to like get into my body and like move my pelvis around and my hips. And it's like that's where a lot of the pain was stored. I don't even know what it was about, like logically. But it was so incredibly powerful. It's like I was in this experience of like the anxiety and the panic and the urgency, and I was able to like ground in my body and breathe and let it move through. And my system just like regulated. Like I came back and I was like, I'm okay. But it was the first experience of like, oh, that's what embodiment is. And I'd heard about it, but it's like the knowledge of something and the experience of it are very different. And so it was like this deepening awareness and connection to my body, my experience, but in this like beautiful container of support and encouragement and guidance that it was just I don't even have the words for it. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like it was an experience. It was a very powerful, moving, supportive, expansive, abundant experience.
It was transformational for everybody
Yeah.
who witnessed it, to be quite
Oh,
honest.
okay.
It was to see you have the courage and the vulnerability to be seen, to accept support. I don't know, maybe
Yes.
you wouldn't have done that in the past, right? You would have been like, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Or you would have turned your camera off.
Yes.
You
Yes.
didn't. You stuck with it and you were open to receive. And it was transformational to witness you.
And it was probably I don't remember how long it was, but it was like it wasn't hours of like agony and excruciating experience. It was
No, it's
just
about eight
like,
minutes.
yeah, I was gonna say it was a matter of minutes. Like I don't know
Yeah.
how long because I was not here. I was like really
Yeah.
in the
It's so
body.
beautiful.
It was amazing. Transformational is a perfect word for it. Very transformational.
Awesome. So, who would you say the program is for?
Oh, the program is for people who have tried, I don't know, who've tried everything and nothing's working and they just think that there's no other options. They're defeated, they're discouraged, they're despairing, they've tried everything and they think it's over, but there's another option. There's another way. There really is.
Yeah, because we could be our own healer.
Yeah, and I think it's for people too who are curious, who are willing, who are open-minded, and who are people who are willing to let go of their ideas of what they think they know.
Perfectly said. Perfectly said. Thank you. Anything else that you would like to share before we close?
I just think it's incredible. I think EH is amazing. Like you said, I'm only in month 4. It's been really incredible. It's been really transformational. It's been challenging. It's been expansive, and I don't regret a thing. It's so beyond worth it. Like it is. There's the cost doesn't begin to measure the value that you get. Like it should probably be worth be she could probably easily charge way more. It is so worth it. You get so much.
Yeah, there's a lot of content.
Get so much more. And even like letting go of that part of it, it's just an incredible experience. It's like you won't I've never experienced anything like it after it.
Well, you know what? All it is it's an invitation to step more fully into yourself,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
And to live authentically and to, you know, look at your limiting beliefs, your programs that you've held for so long,
yes.
and just start to let them go.
Yes. It
Yeah.
it really is different than anything else that's out there. It's magic. It's magic.
Awesome. You're magic. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you so much. Like I said, we have never interviewed somebody who is like mid-program,
Okay.
but you have had such massive expansion in such a short time.
Hmm.
And it has been such an honor to watch. So I want you to share you with everybody. So thank you
Thank
for
you.
courageously joining me today. Um, the cart is open for embracing health if you are ready to step into a life of freedom and vitality and health and abundance and self-love. Please join us. It is a journey that you will not regret taking. You can find more information at www.drkimd.com/health. The cart closes May 31st. We have our first call Thursday, June the 5th. If you have any questions, you can post them below this video. You can write into support@drkimd.com, or you can book a clarity call, which you can find on the sales page. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you.